For the new digital SAT math, make sure to stick around if you're trying to tackle common mistakes that you might find in a topic like linear inequalities in one or two variables. In this video, we're going to take a look at some common mistakes that you could see and tackle some problems together. But before we get started, make sure to note the disclaimer listed below. Okay, so when we talk about inequalities in general, we want to talk about graphing inequalities and common mistakes that you could see. For example, it's important to note that if you have greater than or equal to versus a greater than graph, yes, both graphs are going to be shaded well above the line. However, how the line is created is different. If it's greater than and equal to, you want to ensure that the line is solid versus that if it's just greater than, then you're going to see a dotted line like the picture shown here. If it's less than and equal to, the same thing, except it's going to be shaded below, and the line is going to be solid. However, if it's just less than, you're going to have a dotted line, but then you're also going to be shaded below. This is important to note because sometimes you'll see a problem. So let's say they say that they want you to graph y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 4. Now, I understand this graph is not going to be these, but let's say, for example, they set these to A, B, C, and D. More than likely for the new digital SAT, the answer choice A will be something like A for this graph. And the reason why I say that is because oftentimes you'll graph the equations, you'll see like these look exactly the same, and you will forget to check the other answer choices. And by default, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see answer choice A. It's greater than or equal to, it's shaded above, so this must be the correct answer. And this is imperative to know that if you're seeing answer choice A and you are selecting it, that you are definitely checking your answer compared to the other option choices before making your final selection. Make sure to denote within the minute whether or not you can see differences, like if there is a dotted line versus a shaded line, if it's shaded above or if it's shaded below. These are important to note for answer choices because when you're given choice A, B, C, D, oftentimes make students make mistakes not because they solved it incorrectly or that it was a hard problem. It's just that they selected an answer without verifying that the other answer choices could be better. So, this is just to recap that if you are given answer choice A and you're sure that's the correct answer, make sure you're verifying it with all the other answer choices before making your final selection. The same goes for any multiple choice question in general, but really be suspicious if you see the answer choice A in your question set. Okay, now when we're talking about solving inequalities and this is the same as solving equations, there's a video that we had before where we're talking about solving equations in general. So we're not really going to break down how to solve inequalities in the sense because it's the same tactic. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, the only difference is that inequalities you have to flip the sign. So when solving inequalities, just remember to switch the signs if you multiply or divide as negative. So for example, if you have a simple equation like this and you're dividing by -4 on both sides, because it is a negative number and you're multiplying or dividing, we have to, in this case, we're dividing, we have to flip the sign. So instead of greater than or equal to, it becomes less than or equal to. So in general, if you have a negative number that you are multiplying or dividing an inequality, make sure to switch the sign. So if it's greater than, then it becomes less than. If it's less than, then it becomes greater than. If it's less than or equal to, it becomes greater than or equal to. And then if it's greater than or equal to, it becomes less than or equal to. And this is only dealing with inequalities and only dealing when you're multiplying and dividing. This is a common mistake because I just want to point out in a disclaimer that they like to leave answer choices as y greater than or equal to 4 as a possible incorrect option because your eyes will default and think that that's the correct answer. So when you see an inequality, make sure that you're checking that if you're dividing by a negative number, that you flip the sign. This is a common, easy mistake that students make that allows them to lose a couple of points. So make sure that you double check that. Okay, now let's try to tackle a quiz question. The fastest way to tackle the following problem, if you want to, please take a moment, pause the video, and then unpause so we can tackle this problem together. Okay, so in this problem, they give you two inequalities and they ask you to figure out which ordered pairs from the ones listed below are considered to satisfy the systems of equations. So in this problem, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 1 for the first and the last problem. So if we do that, we have 1 here and 1 here. So if we plug in, for example, 1 here, 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1. So is y greater than 1? In this case, please note that these are the x's and these are the y's, meaning all of these are the x's and all of these are the y's. So by plugging in 2, which is our x value, we should technically have a y value that is greater than or equal to 1, which we don't. So by default, we can eliminate answer choice A and answer choice C because they're not greater than 1. And the statement has to be correct. The reason why I started also with 1 is because it was easier to eliminate 2 answer choices, so that is something else to note when solving. Now let's take a look at answer choice B versus D. I'm going to start off with B by plugging it into the second equation just because I think it's easier, because if I have 5 plus 7, I automatically know that is not going to be less than or equal to 3. And so that's an easy elimination. And then I just have answer choice D. There's also a quicker way to solve this problem as well using a graphing calculator or Desmos, and that's by plugging in the equation directly into Desmos. So in here, I plugged in the first equation, y is greater than 2x minus 1, and then x plus y is greater than or equal to 3. When I go ahead and graph, you could see if I look at 1, comma 0, so 1, comma 0, that point is not shaded with both graphs, so that is incorrect. Same thing with 1, comma 1, that's on the dotted line and not in the shaded region, so that's invalid. If I take a look at answer choice 5, 7, so x5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know that's out of scope. That's not in any shaded region. And then if I look at the correct answer, negative 1, 1, we see that's the only one that's shaded in both regions, is not on a line, but in the shaded region. The reason why we want it not on a line is because this is not greater than and equal to. It's just greater than. So it means that it has to be valid only if it's in this shaded region. So I hope that helps solve some problems. Make sure to subscribe our videos and then like this video, and then make sure to check out our previous SAT related problems to help tackle tips, tricks, and secrets for the digital SAT. If you're looking for additional practice problems, make sure to check out our bio and our link tree where we have future videos that you can also like, or future test prep material that might be helpful for you. Hey, Geeking Out on STEM family, guess what? We want you to hit that subscribe button. Why? Because we'll be producing more content just like this for the AP Biology exam and the new digital SAT exam. By subscribing, you'll be getting exclusive, up-to-date tips, tricks, and secrets for both exams. Also, if you're a parent, a teacher, a homeschool instructor, or a student, you might be looking for affordable and exclusive digital products to help improve multiple choice questions, free response questions, or question bank questions related to both the digital SAT or AP Biology exam. We have them here. Make sure to check out our link tree in our bio for curated resources that you won't find anywhere else. These unique resources are designed to help you raise your score. By hitting the subscribe button, the more subscribers we get, by the way, the more videos we can make. So make sure to join our family to ensure that you get a perfect score for both exams.